Hi everyone, I'm Rosie and welcome to Vox Yoga. Today it's a short video all about Ujayi breathing, which is a type of breathing practice used in yoga, particularly vinyasa yoga when we're moving and flowing with the breath. However, this form of breathing practice consists of us constricting the throat. And I just wanted to raise a few ideas, give you some things to think about whether it really is healthy for our voice and our voice use. So I'll give you a bit more information about what Ujayi breathing is, maybe some misconceptions about it, what it's good for, the benefits, and then what we're doing vocally and if it is good for our voice and our vocal cords. So when we're practicing Ujayi breathing, you'll often hear a bit of a noise on the exhale. It's also sometimes called ocean breathing or whisper breathing. I think it's also called victorious breath at times as well. And basically, we lightly constrict the throat, which gives a bit of an audible sound, almost like a light snore. If you can hear that on my microphone. Sometimes you'll hear people or teachers, yoga teachers saying, sound like Darth Vader. And that's where some of the issues and problems with the voice maybe could come in if we're giving it a little too much pressure and tension. However, there have been some known benefits of Ujayi breathing, and there might be some ways to practice it safely as well. Ujayi breathing is said to provide focus and balance, to cool the body from the inside, improve our concentration. There have been some studies, which I won't talk about, but I'll link in the description box below, about how it can help insomnia and also depression. Apparently there's no studies, but some people believe it can also help to balance thyroid throughout the body as well. So how are we making this sound? So what we do to create this, and again, you won't try and do this, you'll just naturally create the sound, but we're lightly constricting and squeezing the muscles at the back of the throat. And if it's practiced correctly, then it should feel like a wave and it should feel like there is minimal effort. The reason I wanted to make this video was because I once did an hour-and-a-half Kundalini yoga session and was instructed to make this loud sound. If the person next to you couldn't hear your Ujayi breathing, you weren't doing it correctly. And I didn't even think about my voice at the time, which was stupid in retrospect. But afterwards, I had a really tired voice and I had a lot of tension in my throat. So vocally, when we're thinking about the voice, what are the things that we need to be aware of if we're practicing Ujayi breathing? So we can make this very gentle sound by feeling that really light squeezing, light constriction at the back of the throat. However, what we want to avoid is false vocal fold constriction. Now we have two sets of vocal cords or vocal folds. The first one's are true vocal folds, which make our sound. And then the second set are the false vocal folds. Now these sit above the true vocal folds and they can constrict and become tight. Now there is a use for these vocal folds. You might think, why have I got these? If we need to cough, if we want to clear our throat, remember that the vocal cord's primary function is to protect the windpipe. So we might be picking up something heavy and you'll feel a tightening, constricting, squeezing in the throat. Those are your false vocal folds. I've also heard that they are useful in labour because we've got a whole pressure system in the body. If we need to push, then you might feel them coming together as well. However, if we use them when we're speaking or when we're singing, then it creates a very constricted sound and it feels horrible. If we're singing styles such as opera, naturally you're going to be the opposite of constricted. Your vocal folds, false vocal folds, are going to be retracted and open. Sometimes in pop singing, you might use a little bit of constriction to make the stylistic sound. However, if we are constricting our vocal folds, maybe when we're breathing or speaking, it's possible that will cause a lot of extra tension in the throat, wear our voice out, and make you potentially more prone to have or develop a vocal injury or voice disorder. Now that is me saying the absolute extreme. I personally don't practice Ujayi breathing because I am a professional singer. 100% of my income is from my voice. Therefore, even a slight gentle throat constriction at the back just doesn't feel great for me. However, if it works for you and you're not feeling any negative effects of your breathing, your Ujayi breathing, and you're feeling like it helps you find focus, then go for it. It can be great to calm and find balance within your yoga practice. However, if you're practicing Ujayi, make sure that you don't try and do it loudly. It should be barely audible at all. Think of it as a really light snore, like the wave of the ocean, and definitely not like Darth Vader. So I hope you found this useful. If you do want to practice Ujayi breathing, do it with a skilled practitioner who can work this with you and make sure that if you are worried about your voice use and you want to make sure you're practicing it correctly, that you are doing it safely. If you've enjoyed this, don't forget to join me on this channel for singing and yoga, and just lots of voice related stuff. Thanks for watching and hope to see you again soon.